This is 17 News with continuing coronavirus coverage.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Kitsky. Well, just moments ago, Virgin Orbit rocket took off from the Mojave Air and Spaceport. Now, this is the first ever test launch of Virgin Orbit's rocket Launcher 1. Now, instead of taking off vertically on the ground, the rocket is placed under the wing of a 747 airplane. Now, once it reaches an altitude of 35,000 feet, the plane pulls up on the rocket, launches the rest of the way into orbit. The CEO of Virgin Orbit says the system gives them more flexibility because they'll be able to launch a rocket from any airport that can support a 747 airplane. The launch was originally set for this weekend, but had to be scrubbed last minute because of a sensor issue. Well, today, millions of Americans are honoring those men and women who've lost their lives fighting to protect our freedoms. But saluting your fallen soldiers will look different this year at the historic Union Cemetery. And while this year the cemetery is open for family and friends to place flowers and flags on their veterans' grave sites, there are no public events planned due to COVID-19. Meaning the big Memorial Day service won't take place. Now, if you do come, the cemetery is also asking people keep safety in mind. Also, the 1,000 Flags event is also canceled at the Riverwalk Park this year. Well, turning to the latest now on the coronavirus here in Kern County, Public Health confirms 47 new cases today. Now, that brings the total to 1,881. Now, the death toll stands at 29. More than half of the deaths are from 2 local nursing facilities. More than 19,000 tests have come back negative. A little over 1,000 cases are still pending, and over 1,200 people have recovered. Well, this Memorial Day weekend marked the first time that local restaurants have reopened since the start of this pandemic. Now, the restaurant owners we talked with said they were happy to be able to once again offer dine-in service, and customers were happy to finally be out and about. Tina Brown says she stayed up until 2 a.m. to make sure everything was ready for Tina Marie's Cafe to reopen.
I feel like I just opened for the first time. I'm ecstatic about it. I'm happy.
Brown says while offering takeout-only orders, they were bringing in only 25 to 30% of their usual revenue. Reopening signs are now being seen across town, and restaurateurs aren't the only ones happy about this change.
It feels great. You know, I feel like that's been the biggest thing I've been mourning, is being able to just like come and sit at a coffee shop and enjoy what the city has to offer.
Just being around people, you know, not just being around a buzz instead of just sitting and being inside all the time.
Even though restaurants are allowed to open their dining rooms, they are still having to follow social distancing guidelines. Some have changed their seating arrangements, and others are only accepting a certain number of people inside at a time. Well, just minutes ago, Governor Gavin Newsom released new guidelines to reopen churches in California. This after President Trump declared houses of worship essential and ordered them all to be opened. Until now, the state of California has considered churches high risk because of the amount of close contact between the faithful and the number of at-risk people who regularly attend churches. Now, churches were set to open during phase 3. Now, those new guidelines include discontinuing self-service food, considering removing singing or group performances, and modifying practices that would put one another in close contact. Now, all churches must adhere to social distancing guidelines as well. Well, Bakersfield police are investigating a drive-by shooting after a man was shot in the face while walking his horse. And this all happened last night around 9 o'clock. Officers tried to pull over a car at Haley and Flower Street, but the car kept going. When the man stopped at Kern Medical, he got out of the car and told officers he was shot by a passing car while out with his horse. The man told police he was shot near the corner of Nina and Madison Streets. He arrived to the hospital with a gunshot wound to his face, but is expected to be okay. Now, if you have any information, you are asked to contact BPD at 327-7111. And Bakersfield police now say a man who was killed in a shooting over the weekend had been involved in some sort of fight shortly before being shot and killed by someone else. Bakersfield police have not yet identified the people involved. Officers were first called to Union and East 4th for a report of a shooting Saturday afternoon. BPD says a man was killed by gunfire and another was injured, but it was unclear if the second person was a victim or suspect. Now, several people were detained for questioning, but so far no arrests have been made. Well, 3 men are arrested for an attempted murder in Wasco. This happened back on Thursday evening. Kern County Sheriff's officers found 2 victims injured in a shooting during a robbery at Westside Park. One of those victims had to be flown to Bakersfield Hospital, but is now in stable condition. Now, that other victim suffered minor injuries. Deputies have since arrested 18-year-old Dallas Durfee Jr. and 2 teen boys. Now, according to officers, Durfee Jr. had a gun on him at the time. All 3 suspects have been charged with attempted murder, robbery, and conspiracy. And police need your help to find a man accused of car theft. According to BPD, he's connected to 2 car thefts in Bakersfield within the last week. The first on May 17th on the 4800 block of White Lane. BPD says the suspect entered a business, grabbed the keys, and left the scene. And the second happened Friday on the 6000 block of Almedra Avenue. The victim's car from Friday was found Saturday in the 5100 block of Ming Avenue. Now, that suspect is described as a white male in his 20s, roughly 5'10", 200 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, blue jeans, and gray shoes. If you have any information, you are asked to contact BPD at 327-7111. Well, street racing got several people into some serious trouble over the weekend. Last Saturday night and early Sunday morning, officers responded to several reports of street racing. Bakersfield police officers made 17 traffic stops that led to citations and impounded vehicles. They also arrested a driver for felony evading and reckless driving. BPD says their efforts to shut down street racing activity in the community is a continuous and ongoing effort. Well, driving under the influence is an issue we closely follow at 17 News. We call it Kern's Sober Reality. Now, this weekend, Bakersfield police held a DUI checkpoint in downtown Bakersfield. A total of 891 vehicles were screened and 5 people were arrested for DUI. 25 drivers were cited for driving without a license, and 14 others were cited for driving with a suspended license, and 29 vehicles were impounded. As always, if you suspect a drunk driver, call 911. And CHP is reminding you to drive safely this Memorial Day. Now, this weekend marks a maximum enforcement period where more troopers are out on the roads, making sure people are obeying traffic laws. CHP says their focus this year is on seatbelt safety, but of course, they'll be watching for other violations. CHP says last year, 34 people died during Memorial Day weekend. 10 did not have their seatbelts on. Well, today is Memorial Day, and this weekend, many people took advantage of that good weather and fired up the grills at local parks. Our news crews spotted hundreds of cars at Hart Park over the weekend, many people spending time outdoors while keeping their distance. Jake Vasira and his family had a get-together to celebrate on what was supposed to be his wedding day. Jack and his wife planned to be in the Philippines for their wedding, but the country shut down, let gatherings closed because of that coronavirus. Now, across town at the park at the Riverwalk, the Medina family came out to remember those who gave everything for our nation.
We came to honor those that have, served for us and who have passed, and so we're just here to honor and spend the day with family. So we're enjoying the freedom and we're excited to be out and about.
Melissa Medina says she'll continue to celebrate Memorial Day responsibly while remembering freedom is not free. And crowds were also spotted at Lake Ming this Memorial Day weekend. This comes as many beaches across the country look like any summer weekend with crowds enjoying the sun. Now, this holiday weekend marks the unofficial start of summer, but it's also a test of how reopening across the country could impact the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, today we are seeing some hot weather out there. Let's send things back over to Kevin with a look outdoors.
Take a look at our forecast on this Monday. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. And if you're going to be out and about today, it is going to be a warm day. Overnight, we were comfortable under the clear skies with 66, slightly above the normal of 59. Normally, we should be right around 86 this time of year. Our record on this date, 106, set back in 1982. Your sunset tonight at 8:02. Skies remain clear around the state. No changes on that front for the next 7 days. High pressure will build on in here, and that means a warm up all around. We're looking at 80 88 in Sacramento today, 99 in Fresno. Morro Bay at 74, 81 in Los Angeles. San Diego 75, and even Pismo Beach going to warm up near 90 this afternoon. UV index will be high. Water temperature right around 54 to 60 degrees. Rip current risk is moderate, and a northwest wind 5 to 10. This ridge offshore will build on in here the next few days, and that will give us the triple digits heading into tomorrow. And then we will watch for another trough to develop out of the north as we get closer to your weekend, and that means another cool down will be on the way. But Futurecast shows no rain headed our direction for the next 7 days. This model going through the end of the weekend, and all that remaining well to the north of us. For today, air quality will be moderate with an AQI at 100. We'll call for sunny skies and 98 in Bakersfield, 99 in Delano, 97 in Taft. For the mountains in the Kern River Valley, 82 in Frazier Park, 83 in Tehachapi, 90 for Lake Isabella, 91 in Kernville. For the desert, sunny and northeast wind 5 to 15, 90 in Mojave, 95 today in Ridgecrest. Your extended forecast, 102 on Tuesday, 104 Wednesday. We peak on Thursday at 105, and then slowly bringing things back into the upper 80s by Sunday. For the mountains, upper 80s, lower 90s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then 85 on Friday, 70s returns Saturday and Sunday. And then for the Kern River Valley, we'll be looking at the upper 90s Wednesday, Thursday, before you also get that cool down by next Saturday and Sunday. So definitely a big warm up on the way. I know the Kern River will be inviting the next few days. Please stay out. And if you are going to go in, make sure you've got that life jacket on. But at this time of year, with the cold water and the strong currents underneath, very dangerous. So if you can, just stay out. And if you're going to be by the pool enjoying that, make sure we keep a close eye on all the kids. We'll send it back to you.
In your 17 Health Watch, many of us will be trying to figure out how to enjoy the Memorial Day holiday while still practicing social distancing. So if you plan on firing up the grill, here are some tips on how you can keep salmonella off that menu. Now, harmful bacteria can multiply quickly in hot and humid weather. The USDA says a safe cookout always begins with clean hands, and be sure to use different plates for raw meats and vegetables. Use a meat thermometer to make sure food is cooked thoroughly, and refrigerate any leftovers within 2 hours. Burgers should reach 160 degrees at their thickest point, and chicken should get up to 165 degrees.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
In your 17 Business Watch, fewer people are out and about this Memorial Day this year. Now, for the first time in 20 years, AAA is not issuing a Memorial Day travel forecast. Experts say that's because the COVID-19 pandemic has made it difficult to estimate. With social distancing guidelines still in practice, this holiday weekend's travel volume is likely to set a record low. Still, AAA said its online bookings have been rising modestly, a sign that Americans' confidence is slightly improving. Well, the Kern High School District released the graduation schedule for this year. Now, this comes after the KHSD Board of Trustees voted to allow physical graduation ceremonies at school sites. Now, most of the ceremonies are set for June. The lone exception is Kern Valley High School. It will have a ceremony with 100 seniors on May 28th. Now, you can see the full list of graduation ceremonies on our website, kget.com. And the Bakersfield City School District will hold a virtual graduation ceremony for graduating 8th grade students. BCSD students will be honored in a graduation video posted to the BCSD Facebook and YouTube accounts sometimes this week. Now, you are asked to check those pages to celebrate your graduate. With Memorial Day weekend comes a lot of Memorial Day deals. But how do you know you're getting the best? Money-saving expert Andrea Warrock explains down the best deals and shopping strategies.
So over Memorial Day weekend, there are always big sales to be had, and the typical items you see on sale, like mattresses, furniture, and home appliances, will still be big. In fact, Home Depot is offering up to 40% off their appliances, and Macy's is offering over $800 on their Radley sectional sofa. I think it's 4-piece sofa, which is an amazing sale. But I'm also seeing big deals in different product categories that we don't usually see, and these are targeted more to people who are staying home and not traveling as much. So everything to create your backyard escape. In fact, Pier 1 is offering 40% off their patio furniture, and Pottery Barn was offering up to 50% off their outdoor backyard furniture. You'll also see deals on all those outdoor playthings for your kids. And Target is offering buy one, get one free swimsuits and sandals for the whole family. And we usually don't see those types of sales until midsummer. So this is definitely a good time to take advantage of those sales. Now, a few ways to save even more. I like to tell people to consider refurbished. It's not just refurbished electronics, but you can find refurbished kitchen appliances like your KitchenAid stand mixers or any of those cooking gadgets. And that's a great way to save money without sacrificing quality. At ebay.com/Memorial Day, they have some deals like 35% off refurbished Sonos Play Bar, which is great for creating that movie-like experience in your living room, 50% off a Milwaukee Impact driver that's refurbished. So you're saving on top of those reduced refurbished prices already. Now, just because you find something on sale doesn't mean it is the best price that you will find. In fact, there are some sites that could be beating that one retailer that you found a discount, and comparing prices is essential to find the best deal. Download a tool like the Invisible Hand to your browser. They will automatically compare prices for you when you're looking at something online to help you find the best deal available. They'll send a pop-up notification when that deal becomes available. And then if you're worried and don't know if this is in fact the best time to shop, download Paribus to your phone. This tool will actually track prices of purchases that you make that are linked to your email, and they'll alert you if something goes on sale that you bought within the retailer's price adjustment window, and they'll even get that money back for you. So it's a no-hassle way to keep track of those continual fluctuating prices. And then I also wanted to talk about coupon codes. Just because you see something on sale doesn't mean that's the best and lowest price. Some retailers will want you to include a coupon code at checkout to get a deeper discount. So Macy's, for instance, will give you an extra 10, 15, or 20% off depending on what you're buying with their code MEMDAY. And then Kate Spade is offering an additional 40% off their sale styles with code Sunny Days. So always just run that Google search to see if any coupon codes are available wherever you're shopping. And then also keep in mind there are some really great 0% financing deals happening right now for those really big ticket items like cars, furniture, and home appliances. Now, this is only smart if you are strapped for cash right now. It's important to keep money in your savings when we're in this crazy economic time. And those 0% financing deals can really help you stretch your budget more. So for instance, Best Buy is offering a 12-month financing on store-wide purchases of $299 and up. And then Chevrolet is offering a really great 0% financing deal on most 2019 models and select 2020 models. And that's up to 7 years of 0% financing. So that's basically free money. So if you're in the market for a new car, now is a good time to buy. All right, these deals are available all day, and some may even trickle in later in the week after Memorial Day is over, but I'm sure there will be more sales through the summer.
This is 17 News with continuing coronavirus coverage.